Hello, welcome. Today I'm going to present my presentation on assignment 4, instructional strategies. And for this assignment for the student engagement techniques, I have chose a very first technique in the handbook, which is a background knowledge probe, and I am going to talk about that. So, background knowledge probe. To begin with, so these are my content items. I'll start with the basic definition and the summary of the background knowledge probe technique, followed by why I selected this particular technique and what are the various advantages and disadvantages of background knowledge probe, and what is the role of a student and instructor in this technique. So to start with background knowledge probe, it's a focus questionnaire that students fill out at the start of the unit, or to help teachers identify the best points for the class as a whole. So basically, instructors can write open-ended questionnaires or multiple questionnaires at the beginning of a course, just to test what is the student's knowledge about this course, about the content, or just to test their prior knowledge, or if they know something more about this particular course. This way, all the results, once we get all the results, instructor can see if they need to start the course from the very beginning, introducing all the basic concepts, or if students already have pre-foundational knowledge, they can probably begin with the at the medium level, rather than talking about or discussing all the basic steps. For example, if someone already knows accounting 1, 2, 3, so teacher don't have to start from teaching them how to count 1, 2, 3. If they already have that foundational knowledge, they can begin with the advanced topics. So basically, the usage of background knowledge probe, it is basically used to identify the as I said, the starting point and the level of a given lesson in a classroom, and see the knowledge, prior knowledge of students. It also identifies the gap in students' foundational knowledge, around which you will be building more future activities. So just to see if most of the students in the classroom, they have pretty foundational knowledge, so that's how instructors can make their future activities that will be mostly to take them from medium level to advanced level, rather than working on the foundational stuff. It also focuses on students' attention and the critical materials. We can test it, how what is their basic understanding. It also provides a preview of the content that is to come, just so students know the course will consist of these topics. And it also reviews the content that already should know about a topic or a course. So in the process, basically it starts from clarify our teaching purpose and learning goals, what we want from our classroom. Then the instructor prepares the questions accordingly. It could be multiple choice questions, or it could be open-ended question, just to test their knowledge. Then we set the assignment parameters, how many questions gonna be there, what kind of questions an instructor need to put into that questionnaire. It's gonna be open-ended, it's gonna be multiple choice questions, what will be the time limit for the test, and what will be the response time of students, and when we have to give them a feedback on their questionnaire. Then instructor develop a plan for the learning assessment or grading, and make sure tell students that there will be no grading, just so it's not a part of any formal assessment, just so they know that it is just to test their foundational knowledge about the course. It also works as a building up your relationship with your classroom. Then communicate the assignment instructions to the students in the classroom. We can distribute a paper. It could be on a slide or something, and they can mark it, or we can give them a handout. It allows students time to complete the background knowledge probe, and then At last, we reflect upon the activity and evaluate its effectiveness and convey the results to students. That what was the average score of all the students? Should the instructor start from the beginning with the basic concepts, or they all understand the basic concepts? So we'll be starting with the medium level or advanced level. Now, the advantages of a background knowledge probe for teacher, that it helps teachers determine the starting point and the appropriate level of the lessons. It also allows teachers to assess the learner's prior understanding of the topic. It enhances motivation and engagement in a classroom between among teacher and students. It also helps to establish the relationship with the students, and it is easy to administer. Then for learners' point of view, it focuses on their attention on the important materials. It can serve as a preview and a review that what the activities or the course will consist of. It also builds the foundational knowledge for students to understand the course or a topic better. Disadvantages: the information on these students from learners, it could be considered as indirect data. It really takes time for an instructor to come up with a good questionnaire and developing those relevant questions for the questionnaire or the open-ended questions. Sometimes it can be considered as a forced responses from students that they don't want to properly respond, and it could turn into a low response rate as well. Now, what is the role of student and instructor in this? The instructor's prep time is medium, and the response time is also medium, and complexity of this activity is medium. It only basically an instructor have to make sure they have enough time to create the relevant questions for the classroom, depending on students. It could be their academic level could be pretty basic or medium or advanced. So that's what instructor have to make sure the questions which are more relevant, just to test their basic knowledge about the course or a content. And for students, activity time is low. They just have to answer the questions, and instructor will convey the results, what was the overall performance. And there are no special requirements needed or anything for students. It's just giving them instructions that how to fill out the questionnaire. And to answer the question, why I selected this particular set, because I think for any relevant course, we need to make sure that we understand our students' performance. It gives us a very good point to understand where they stand in these in any course, as well as I got a research actually from one of the research. It says that using the probe shows that the improvements in the retention of students' familiarity and understanding of the diabetes related terms. And this is the first objective assessment they used, measuring the knowledge using the retention using this technique, background knowledge probe. So that's why the overall results of this technique are really good. There is no much effort from a student or an instructor. It's just the instructor have to be careful choosing the relevant questions and spending time on the responses and conveying the message to students. These are my references from a textbook and external references that I have used for this presentation slide. Thank you.